We've learned about Jesus' life and teachings from the New Testament, such as what he told us to do and the miracles he performed. But after reading the New Testament, one may think, how can we apply Jesus' teachings to our lives today? Jesus taught many powerful lessons, and each of them can be woven into our daily lives. Once we learn to live by these teachings, we can spread them to others, helping ourselves and those around us grow in the way Jesus intended. First, we must apply these teachings to our own lives. We can't be hypocritical by telling others what to do while failing to follow that guidance ourselves. In other words, we must practice what we preach. The saying, "Do as I say, not as I do," doesn't apply here, especially in leadership. People are more likely to listen to and follow someone who models the behavior they promote. This is why Jesus told us, "Take the wooden beam out of your own eye before removing the speck from your brother's." Understanding what Jesus is teaching is the first step to living it. Take Luke 4:1-13, for example. When Jesus spends 40 days in the desert, he resists several temptations from the devil. In doing so, he teaches us to resist the temptations we will inevitably face in our own lives. Once we understand his lesson, we must put it into practice. Like Jesus, we must resist temptations, even when they seem pleasing and appealing to us at the moment. If we do slip up, we need to forgive ourselves and remember that we're human. Everyone makes mistakes. While our decisions may not always be the right ones, acknowledging them and making the effort to change them and better ourselves is what matters. Moving forward, we must stay aware of our choices and actions, learn from our mistakes, and keep ourselves on the right path. There's a saying that goes, "Leader of one, leader of many. If you can't lead one, you can't lead any." In this case, the one is ourselves. Once we've mastered living by Jesus' teachings, we can begin to share them with others. We can start with those who are closest to us, like our friends and family, who are more likely to be less judgmental and more understanding and forgiving. We can teach them how to resist temptation by sharing how we've done so in our own lives. When they understand and begin applying it, we can guide and support them in the same way we did with ourselves when we were learning and teaching ourselves the same thing. If they stumble, we can offer forgiveness and encouragement, just as Jesus teaches us to do in the Bible. In the end, we have done three things. First, we have understood Jesus' teaching and taught ourselves how to live it in our daily lives. Second, we have taught others the same principle and spread Jesus' message. Third, we have done so through compassion and forgiveness without judgment, which is another key aspect of Jesus' teachings. Now, those we've taught can go on to teach others, and the message will continue to spread. In doing our part, we help bring Jesus' teachings into today's world, living out his teachings in real, meaningful ways that impact ourselves and others who go on to change our world for the better.